You're, what do you notice in the Middle East region, particularly since U.S. troops have left Afghanistan? What do you see changing there or not changing there?
Well, Afghanistan has only been a country in time periods when every country around them has been in breakdown. As long as there is a Pakistan and a Uzbekistan and a Iran, you should not expect Afghanistan to be a functional state. So it's going back to what it was more or less in the 90s. Whether or not the Taliban is the dominant power over time, that is subject to all kinds of cross currents. I don't want to make a forecast on that, but it's certainly not going to be what we would consider to be a normal place. For the Middle East writ large, if you eliminate the administrative staff in Doha and the special forces in Syria, we're already gone.
Mhm.
Troops in Iraq, there's a few there in an advisory role, but you're talking in the hundreds. We don't have anyone in Saudi Arabia. We don't have anyone in all those supply lines we had to get stuff into Iraq or into Afghanistan. Those are all closed down. So the Fifth Fleet is no longer hanging out in Bahrain. The French typically now have more ships in the Persian Gulf than we do. We're done. That's good and bad. For us, we're obviously like, woohoo, shale revolution, we don't care. And, that's exciting after 15 years of crap in the Middle East. But if you're anyone else, this is a bit of a problem because the Iranians and the Saudis have some very strong opinions about who should be in charge in that part of the world. And if the United States is not there keeping them separate or picking sides, I expect this to boil up into another crisis on a scale roughly similar to that of the Ukraine war. And while Ukraine going offline is bad for agriculture in so many ways, obviously the Persian Gulf going offline, even in part, is horrendous for energy prices. And so we're going to be entering a world in the not too distant future where just the Ukraine war takes us above 170. But if we get a few things popping off in the Persian Gulf, 200 is going to seem cheap.